Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. My name, if you don't know who I am, is Representative James Paxton. I'm one of the state representatives here in the state of San Andreas. I'm sorry that this is the first time that we've met in this space down here with the press, and I wish it could have been under better circumstances. But unfortunately, I'm here to announce that Representative Evan Lee has unfortunately passed away tonight. The details surrounding that are under an open investigation, but I will let Lieutenant George Kuznetsov of the Major Crimes Division say a few words in that regard. I'll just say Representative Lee served his state well. He was the first Attorney General that this state had, and he was one of the first representatives elected with myself and Endeavor Jackson, and that will be his legacy. His contributions to the state don't go unnoticed and will be what he is remembered by. I will also ask that people in this room give his friends and family the privacy that they deserve as they grieve, as all of us grieve. But I'll let Lieutenant Kuznetsov here speak a little bit, and the one of the doctors that was attempting to assist him, Dr. Torino, will also speak after that. Lieutenant Kuznetsov.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. As Representative Paxton pointed out, my name is Lieutenant George Kuznetsov. Just a short moment to wish the Lee family well these incredibly difficult times and in this incredibly difficult experience. And to echo the point of Representative Paxton, he was a strong supporter of justice and equality, and he'll be remembered. Very valiant public servant. I think there's some information I think that we could speak about here. Obviously, this evening, officers were called to a location on an anonymous 911 pertaining to the situation involving Representative Lee. Officers arrived on scene. Representative Lee was in dire condition, and Senior Officer Murray, along with Officer White, tried their best to provide life-saving emergency medical care. EMS was obviously contacted and arrived on scene shortly after to carry on the care. Of course, at this point, the Major Crimes Division will be treating the death as a homicide and will be proceeding with the investigation. In terms of any other information, I cannot provide any at this time because of course, the event in question is under an active investigation. But with that in mind, more information should be forthcoming. Hopefully, as the investigation progresses and as we work to bring, the person, the people responsible for this to justice, which we will. But that is everything I have. I will turn the floor back over to Representative Paxton.
I'll actually let Dr. Torino speak at this time.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Torino, Senior Attending at Mount Zona. On behalf of the hospital, at 11:30 p.m. today, June 27th, State Representative Evan Lee was declared deceased. Despite all medical intervention by expert doctors in their respective fields at this time, we will not be able to release any details until further investigation and autopsy are completed. I want to thank my fellow doctors for doing everything in their ability to save him. The medical staff at Mount Zona would like to send our condolences out to his family and friends. Today, the state lost a good man who dedicated his life to the betterment of the state. And I ask, as State Representative Paxton did, that we give his family privacy in this time. Sorry, I don't have any more details for you as of right now. Give it back over to Paxton.
Thank you, Dr. Torino. Details about a funeral aren't available at this time. We will try and coordinate with the Lee family to determine what his wishes are, and that is to be a public funeral. We'll release information about that in the coming days. A press release on behalf of the government will be provided shortly after this press conference. I will state that there is a vacant, because I know this is going to be a question, there is a vacant seat in the government. It is likely that a special election will be called. However, there will be a short grieving period where we're going to wait a few days until that happens to grieve the loss of Representative Lee. But I just know that's going to be a question, so I wanted to address it up front. That's all the information that I have to provide right now. I will take questions that I will do my best to answer, but obviously, given that it's an open investigation, there may not be information that I can provide at this time. But if there is any questions, I can field them now.
Harry Kennedy with Wizard News. First, my condolences to the government and the family. This is obviously a truly tragic circumstance. Question goes to police department. What do we know what the cause of death was? Was it related to a person? You said it was being treated as a homicide. Is there any leads that you can explain to us, or people are going for some kind of answer?
Of course, I'm sure you're aware, and many members of the public are aware. There can be a lot of comorbidities, contributing factors. We're still waiting to get the official autopsy report back. At this time, there was so obviously some incidences that I can't go into depth about right now, given the fact that it is an active investigation, and we want to ensure that our information that we give to the public is as accurate as it can be.
My second question is, what were the injuries he was being treated for at the time?
Very similar question to the last. I mean, it was in relation to obviously his very untimely and unfortunate demise. But as the medical examiner gets the opportunity to review all his body and his wounds, I'm sure more information will be able to become more forthcoming as time progresses.
We'll work as the government with the police department to provide information as it becomes available or as it can be released based on the investigation.
Travis Ray, CNT, about is there an approximation about what time the 911 call came in?
Yeah, I can. Sorry. At this point in time, I would have to go back to the office and speak with our telecommunications experts to confirm the exact time that the 911 call came in. Approximately, I mean, it was this evening, but I'm sure many members of the public will receive a very high call volume in the state of San Andreas, so it would be difficult for me to tag down even an approximate time. But similar answer to the last one, as I can speak with those telecommunications experts, I'm sure that's information that can be more readily apparent in the future.
Okay, and just to follow up, about what time would you say first responders arrived on scene?
What I can confirm for the public is that the response on scene was imminent. It was the officers, myself included, Detective Maximus and Detective Sergeant Poole, were actually in the area that it occurred. So it was minutes, if not shorter, that we were able to arrive on scene and provide emergency care.
Sorry. So you still can't give like an exact time or like an approximate time when you responded on scene?
For the 911 call, Mr. Ray?
Just in general. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm just looking for a moment in time when this happened.
Yeah, no, I understand. Unfortunately, I can't release the information. I mean, I'm sure you understand. It's been a whirlwind of information the past few hours, right? I mean, it's been running from one location to the other. Like I said, when I'm able to better sort of examine the situation with fresh eyes, talk to the telecommunications people, we should be able to get a more approximate answer for that.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure it'll be in the press release. Thank you.
Did we have any further questions from the members here? Okay, if nothing else, then we will end this press conference. Again, we ask for privacy for Mr. Lee and his family, and our hearts do go out to his family and friends. He was a dedicated public servant, and he will be missed. And again, thank you to the doctors from Mount Zona who did their absolute best to save Mr. Lee, and to the law enforcement members who initially had responded and provided him the best care that they could have as well. So my thanks goes to them, and have a good evening, everybody.